I guess even though we were free, we were still slaves in the mind.
Message!
What's crack-a-lackin' family? It's your guy Boro, the Lucky Libra here, and thank you for tuning in to another one, all right? We're wrapping up the sign series with the Pisces zodiac sign, all right? The archetype of a zodiac Pisces sign, all right? This is it. This is the 12th sign, all right? So we're wrapping up this series. So if you got a sun in Pisces, Pisces rising, Pisces moon sign, Venus in Pisces, Jupiter in Pisces, whatever you got, all right? Planets in the 12th house, okay? Whatever you got, this correlates to you. If you ain't got no Pisces energy, then you just here for the knowledge. You can't get mad at that, all right? You always want to expand. And that's one thing about astrology, you know, when we first get into it, you know, of course, when we first get into astrology, you know, we get our natal charts for the first time. We see what our moon sign is for the first time, our rising sign, and our Venus and Mercury. And we're following all these accounts that say your Venus sign is this and your Mars sign is that. So you're trying to learn all these things, you know, and I emphasize learning about, you know, your dominant signs, aka, you know, the signs that you have planets in and the houses you have planets in. I emphasize that when first getting into astrology, because yeah, you want to understand yourself, but at the same time, you know, don't just stray away from the information about signs you may not have dominant energies in, because in some shape or form, all signs correlate. You are an embodiment of all of these energies in some shape or form in astrology, all right? So, sippy sip. So, Pisces zodiac sign, one of my favorites. Pisces is definitely one of my favorite signs. I love the Pisces zodiac sign energy. Okay, so what house does the Pisces zodiac sign come out in? It comes out of the 12th house. Now, 12th house, like I said I think I said this in the 8th house video. I said the 8th and the 12th house. Those houses is really like the most mysterious and like mystique houses in the zodiac. All right, you know, I'm fascinated by the energy of the 8th and the 12th houses. All right, which are 2 out of the 3 water houses. And the 3rd house is the 4th house is crazy too. Cancer house, all water houses. All right, because you know, water. When we talk about water, we naturally dive into some spiritual shit because we talking about vibration in this motherfucker. All right, so 12th house. What energies does the 12th house govern? All right, 12th house governs, you know, the collective consciousness, the collective connected consciousness. All right, 12th house governs, you know, our subconscious mind and the subconscious, the collective consciousness, your subconscious, dream state, the yin realm, spirituality, you know, everything tied to spirituality, everything that's as far as outer body, okay? This is the 12th house, karma, after death, life before death, okay? And this is why, you know, dreams, fantasies, and illusions, that's also a theme of the 12th house. Like I said, the dream state, but your fantasies and illusions, okay? The dreams you get lost into, the dreams that you create, your imagination, the subconscious, all the 12th house. So it gets very deep in the 12th house. So you see why I say that 8th and the 12th house is deep, all right? You know, whenever when we talking about, you know, other houses and signs, you know, not saying every sign is deep, period. Every state of consciousness in astrology is deep, period. But you know, it's just that when we're dealing with more subconscious like things, there's just so much different frequencies and vibrations to tap into and layers to dive into when we talk about these houses and energies. So with the 12th house, this is why Pisces, you know, Pisces really value and are into their dreams, but they can be so dreamy to the point that you know, they fucking daydream a lot. And you know, they get lost into their dreams and illusions and fantasies. Like they have such a they believe in their imagination so much in their subconscious to the point that they may lack the reality here. But we're gonna get more into that when we talk about the planets. But this makes them so creative though, because they live in that state. They're so creative when it comes to their dreams, imaginations, and art, and how they put these things together. You feel me? And it's a mutable water house, so they understand what is at first, what is being mutable at first? Being mutable, being able to adapt and be mutable to your own or others. But because it's water with Pisces, this is being mutable and adaptable to your own emotions and feelings and others. So this is powerful off the rip. This is why Pisces in the 11th and 12th house energy derives a lot of empath-like energy. A lot of empaths have a lot of Pisces energy. A lot of intuitive ass motherfuckers, and people that are just deep as far as being able to, communicate with bodies that you may not even be able to see, whatnot. A lot of Pisces energy within that, you feel me? A lot of water-like energy, because, you have to be tapped into vibration and to even be able to be at a place where you're communicating, I would say not effectively, but like, because I could communicate with the spirit right now effectively, but in the sense of like, people that you go to in the guru sense, and they're elevated in a state of consciousness where they could really directly communicate with type of spirits and whatnot around them. In a more clarity type of way, I should say. So, when we talk about the 12th house, being mutable water, right? When we talk about the 12th house being mutable water, because Pisces, this makes a Pisces be able to connect to others on levels that people are not able to, or don't have the ability to do like a Pisces can, because they already are tapped into your emotions and feelings. Like a Pisces, like I said, a lot of empath energy. So Pisces become people that a lot of people vent to, a lot of people go to for emotional weight, emotional stability, and dump their emotional stability on them, because they know that it's a comfortable spirit, a welcoming spirit to vent to. And this is why Pisces get their energy drained, because they could be like, there for friends a lot, or like, no, you got to be up in the morning for work, but your friend just crying about her relationship on the phone, but you're going to stay up all night because that's your friend and you feel for her, all right? So the things that you feel about, the dreams and illusions and fantasies that you're connected to with the people and places and things around you as a Pisces, you have to be very conscious of these things, because you could just be swimming out and forget how far you swam out, that this is mutable water. So it's not like cardinal water, which is creating the wave, creating the stream, being a crab, testing the temperament of the water or whatnot, testing, it's, and it ain't the Scorpio fixed water, which is like the ice in the water that needs to be melted, or the matter of fact, in a swimming concept, it's not the water that, it's deep, the deep water, the deep current. The current that'll transform your ass. The strong motherfucking current in the bottom of the water. You feel me? The current, the things that in the bottom water that been there for a while, that take time to come up, or may not be coming up out this motherfucker in the water. That's deep diving. Okay, Pisces water is just swimming out far, swimming out into your vibes, into your dreams, imaginations, and your fantasies, and the subconscious in your dreams, and that's the correlation with the water signs and water houses right there. So this plays out into relationships, all right? Emotionally, being so emotionally invested into others, right? Pouring a lot out, and let's say it's not mutual, and then you can be taken advantage in different type of ways, because you've created an illusion with your emotions and feelings and how you've seen this relationship to be, all right? And then you're dealing with an attachment. But let's get into the planets now. So Jupiter is home, all right, in the 12th house, all right. Jupiter rules Pisces. So what is Jupiter? Jupiter is spirituality, expansion, meanings and reasonings and broad perspectives of things, all right. Our creativity, all right. Learning from our experiences. All right, Jupiter places us in experiences for us to learn and for our spirit to expand. All right, spiritual expansion when we talk about Jupiter. So when you Jupiter ruling Pisces connected to all that 12th house energy, the Pisces wants to expand, and they want to find the broader meanings and reasonings on the vibrations that they feel, the vibrations within relationships, very smart signs, yo, because obviously the wisdom that comes from the 12th house and the consciousness of being in the 12th house, but it's like Pisces, they can be very curious in their relationships as well. You know, ask certain questions to type see where things at, because they know it gets to a point, they know how emotionally invested they could get in things, but they also at times may get lost into their emotions, and that comes out, you know, whether in some type of emotional expression like crying, yelling, whatever it may be, a lack of control and emotion, but at the same time they can be very logical in how they communicate things in order to prevent them certain things when they start understanding their nature some more. So because they're learning from their experiences, Jupiter energy, all right? And whenever we're talking about water, we're talking about past vibration, okay? Earth element is the present, all right? The present energy. Air takes all shapes and forms. Fire is future, all right? And water is dealing more so with the past, okay? So reflecting on these past vibration energies, you know, builds like the consciousness in the Pisces 12th house with Jupiter here. Now, Venus is exalted here. Venus is exalted here. And what's Venus? Venus is how we relate, compromise, and value the input of others. All right, Venus is where we indulge, where we get attached to certain things, attached to our pleasures, and the support and how we're supported. All right, so when we have Venus talking about, you know, Venus is naturally trying to seek pleasures, seek the thing it indulges. So this is why you got to put refinements on where your Venus is at, because this is where you may overindulge naturally. So now that it's now that it is exalted in the 12th house, it's like we already know when a planet is exalted, this is where it can overdo itself. So Venus naturally could overdo its goddamn self. Every planet is strong in its influence. You gotta monitor the energies of all your goddamn planets. But you know, Venus naturally is trying to specifically seek its pleasures. All right. So with that being said, when it's exalted in Pisces, Pisces can, you know, exhaust themselves in seeking their pleasures, their attachments, the things that, you know, bring them emotional comfortability or whatnot. Their dreams, fantasies, and illusions bring them a lot of pleasure, so they could get very lost into that. Okay, but the thing is, with Venus here, this gives Pisces such a beautiful, elegant, you know, aura and a beautiful presentation, and they into arts, and they have such a beautiful way, a divine way of putting together, you know, different expressions of art, okay? The beautiful way of communicating and presenting, you know, things from the subconscious, from things from their imagination, some of the most creative signs, you know, arguably the most creative sign in the zodiac, all right? So it gets deep with the mind of Pisces, especially with this Venus aspect here. All right, because it makes things beautiful to the eye. It makes things from the subconscious not always come off so harsh or so logical or so just faith-based, but it also gives you a lovely representation and a figure we could kind of all relate to and compromise with, or find some balance in at some type of shape or form. All right, so get deep with Pisces energy. Get deep with this motherfucking Pisces energy. I told you that's one of my favorite signs in this motherfucker. All right, now Mercury don't like to be in, Mercury falls in the 12th house, actually. Mercury falls, Mercury is asleep out this motherfucker. Mercury is gone here, okay? So, what we know about a planet, what do we know about when a planet is asleep? We know when a planet is asleep, it's in the subconscious, all right? So it's in the dream state, it's doing things that, you know, I thought it could never do. It's experiencing its own subconscious, okay? So with, Mercury here, Mercury is how we think, communicate, critically analyze things, structure things in our mind, structure our thoughts, all right? Use rationale, see how things work, see the instructions, the details, all right? Breaking down the segments of things. This is Mercury energy, how we process the thoughts that all of our moon catches, and critically analyze these things, see what these things are, all right? And when you have Mercury in sleep in Pisces, it gets to, this is the energy where, you know, Pisces, they miss the detail orientated factor that comes with their dreams, fantasy, illusions. They get so lost in the current and swimming in the vibration and how it feels to them. That is like the practicality of actually putting the details of things together and seeing how these dreams could come into fruition in a practical way and a logical way. That has to be refined, and it's hard. Sometimes it's just, they rather just act off the subconscious. All right, you know, Pisces act off their I'm saying Pisces like to act off their subconscious, like we all act off our subconscious like 99 goddamn percent of the time. All right, but it's like, as far as Pisces, they could just be really caught up in the dream state. Like I said in the beginning of this video, Pisces love to daydream, period. All right, some Pisces, I know Pisces that just love to fucking sleep, period. Seriously, like they love to fucking sleep because they just, they don't even know they naturally love being in a dream state more than, in that realm more than here. And that's really life. That's real life. This is actually what's not real. Like, this is the conclusion of what's that. So Pisces, when they tap into that, they know they subconsciously know that's the vibe that they like to be in, because that's the 12th house energy. You feel me? It's tapping into that, the yin realm. All right, so it gets deep with Pisces here, but you know, that's the Pisces energy archetype in a nutshell, man. So, you know, mutable water. All right, being able to connect, being able to be mutable and adaptable to other people's emotions and feelings. All right, the empath-like energy. All right, you know, Pisces out there, protect your energy, put your energetic boundaries up. Let your friend know, God damn it, I gotta go to sleep, girl. You know, I gotta wake up in the morning for work. You talking my ear off out this motherfucker. Fuck him, you know he an asshole. We gonna talk about it tomorrow, but I gotta get some sleep tomorrow. You feel me? Like, put your energetic boundaries up with your family members and your relationships, so you don't take advantage of, because you know how deep you can get emotionally invested with others, people, places, and things. You know, ruled by Jupiter. All right, reflect from their experiences. Very wise. You know, want to expand spiritually and mentally. Okay, then we got Venus exalted here. You know, Pisces know how to communicate their art and their imagination in a beautiful way. All right, their presentation comes off in a beautiful way. All right, and then we got Mercury not here, so it makes the thinking and the logic and the detail-orientated aspect to things, to their dreams, fantasies, and illusions. They gotta you know, put some extra energy into that shit, because they be lost in the current and the vibration of their dreams and fantasies and illusions. All right, but once they get the balance of that, man, some Pisces, some dangerous motherfuckers out here. All right. Because the energy is already naturally deep in the motherfuckers. The last house of the zodiac, that's the last consciousness. All right, let me back into the first house. All right, so that's the 12 zodiac signs. That's wrapping up this series. I don't know what series specifically we're gonna get into soon right away, whether it's the sun in series or the moon in signs, moon throughout sign series. There's some other videos I really want to drop, so I might just drop a couple of other videos just before I get into another series. Y'all probably leave some comments, let me know what y'all want to get into, all right? But y'all already know what it is. It's bored, Lucky Libra. We just wrapped up the whole sign series. That's the Pisces zodiac sign. Y'all already know. Subscribe if you ain't ready on this journey with the kid. Like, leave a comment. Y'all already know what it is. All right, I'm out of here, fam. Peace.